Coming up on Fit 4, drama in the Breathitt County Fiscal Court. Up next, a judge hears arguments from both sides. And former POW Jessica Lynch speaks at an event in Hazard that helps empower young women.
Well, our Monday's been a mix of sun and clouds depending on your location, but what can we expect for the rest of the week? The answer now on First at 4.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, the drama in Breathitt County moved from the fiscal courtroom to the circuit courtroom as a judge heard arguments from both sides in a lawsuit by Judge Executive Jeff Noble against 3 of the magistrates. WYMT's Will Puckett tells us what happened.
A court hearing was held here in Breathitt County today. The hearing was between the county judge executive and 3 magistrates here in the county to determine if the judge has the right to appoint a county road supervisor without the approval of the magistrates. One side says it is a lawsuit against himself, and the other side says it is to bring the county the government it is asking for. For the magistrates, they are denying the judge executive's nominee at the salary the judge wants. Meanwhile, the judge says his nominee is qualified for the position at the pay that is historically offered. But despite a nearly hour-long hearing today, both sides remain separated.
Now, we think the courts have spoken very clearly. And while we leave this hearing a bit puzzled as to where to go from here based on this judge's interpretation, and we certainly appreciate the complicated situation that we all find ourselves in here. We look forward to further examining this issue down the road in a much more in-depth way.
And the judge executive basically went to court and asked the circuit judge to give him his way in this political dispute. And our argument is a political question, and it's really not a circuit judge's business to tell the fiscal court how to run their business.
Now, no ruling was handed down today here in Breathitt County. The judge said he is considering requiring the magistrates and the county judge executive to sit down 2 days a week at a restaurant here in town and have coffee while working out their differences. In Breathitt County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
There was an emergency fiscal court meeting at 2 o'clock to discuss the road supervisor position as well as a handful of other issues.
Well, a mix of sun and clouds across eastern Kentucky today, and that's been the big story for us. And depending where you are, you might still be dealing with some cloud cover at this time. Take a look to the north. In fact, to the north now, clearing skies over the past hour or two there in Rowland County, and that is going to be the story for everyone. It's just taking its sweet time as the system to the south has continued to allow for a few showers in northern Tennessee. And look at the cloud cover right now. You'll notice that band now working through portions of Breathitt County, now starting to see some peaks even in southern and southeastern Kentucky, and because of that, temperatures have responded well, being in those mid-50s. Our forecasted high around 55 for today, and most locations sitting there, unless you're in Perry County or Bell County, the 2 warm spots sitting at 58. Of course, the 12-hour temperature change will see those temperatures drop to the lower 30s for tonight. It'll be a cold start for your Tuesday, but temperatures not too bad for tomorrow either. Steve, when all is said and done, Wednesday, Thursday could be the warmest day we've seen so far this year. We'll break down how warm coming up in a few short minutes.
All right, thank you, Andrew. In honor of National Women's History Month, 3 local high schools teamed up to host an event for freshman girls today. WYMT's Lauren McCourt talked with students and community members about why it is so important to empower young girls.
Teenage years can be difficult.
We want our young youth to know that they can overcome any challenge that they may face and that they can be anything they want to be.
That's why Hazard, Perry, and Buckhorn High Schools teamed up to host the Stronger Together event.
Females have a lot to deal with, and that it's better if we just come together and support each other.
Throughout the day, freshman girls went to classes taught by local leaders.
In these breakout sessions are local female leaders talking about things that they overcame
from various careers and backgrounds. grounds.
It's a wonderful opportunity for us to get together with young women and encourage them to not only believe in themselves, but strive for things bigger and better for themselves.
Teaching young girls that no matter where they come from or what they look like, you can be successful.
It's really important for these girls to grow up in an environment that makes them feel confident.
Former United States soldier and prisoner of war Jessica Lynch was a special guest, talking about how she overcame working in a man's field.
These girls to know that there's more out there than just boys or makeup.
Lynch says all women can be proud, independent, and strong. In Perry County, Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
Gorman says they hope to host this event every year and starting next year also have an event for freshman boys. The murder trial of Shelby Shell continued in Bell County this morning. Shell is accused of killing former Everett's Mayor Ronnie King in Harlan County in 2013. At 10:30, opening statements and witness testimony from officials, including former Kentucky State Police detectives and arson investigators, were given to the jury. During the testimony, pictures of the crime scene and diagrams of the home were presented. The trial is expected to continue tomorrow. We now know the name of the man killed in a crash this morning in Laurel County. The coroner's office says 21-year-old Dylan Ellis died in the crash. It happened around 3 a.m. near Kentucky 363 and 1006. Police say Ellis ran off the road and his car then rolled over onto an SUV before landing near the front porch of a house.
We look at skid marks. We look at the amount of distance that the vehicle travels when it leaves the roadway. If there's skid marks, we can actually make a determination on speed, and then we do toxicology as a matter of routine on all fatal traffic crashes. So there's just a lot to be done on it to make a determination.
Police are still trying to determine, as Deputy Achardo said, what caused the crash. Ellis was the only one in the car. No one was at home at the time of the crash, and the homeowner plans to fix his front porch but says the SUV is likely totaled. Ethiopian Airlines has grounded the rest of its fleet of brand new jetliners after yesterday's crash that killed all 157 people on board, including 8 Americans. Search crews recovered the black boxes from Ethiopian Flight 302 in a debris field near Ethiopia's capital. The new Boeing 737 MAX 8 jet was en route to Nairobi, Kenya. This is the second deadly crash involving a Boeing 737 MAX in less than 5 months. The Lion Air flight crashed last year and killed almost 200 people. In both crashes, pilots reported technical problems.
I would not be reluctant to get on a 737 MAX, but I assure you the manufacturer is terribly concerned about this.
About 350 737 MAX jets are in service around the world. In the U.S., American, Southwest, and United Airlines fly more than 60 of the planes. None of the carriers have announced plans to ground them. President Donald Trump is setting up another congressional fight with congressional Democrats over the border wall with his 2020 budget request. Staffers delivered the president's 2020 budget proposal to Congress this morning. It includes a request for $8.6 billion to build more than 700 miles of barriers along the southern border while cutting domestic programs to pay for the construction.
We need to continue to secure the border. We're not going to be bashful about that, but at the same time, we're also going to say that we have many programs that are wasteful and inefficient.
The president's request would raise defense spending to $750 billion, while at the same time implementing an across-the-board cut of 5% to all other spending programs. Head over to Wall Street now on this Monday afternoon. The Dow closes up more than 200 points to begin the week on a good note. The Democratic National Committee chose Milwaukee as the site of the Democratic National Convention in 2020. The Democrats failed to win Wisconsin during the 2016 election. The move is a signal that the party believes winning back the upper Midwest is the key to ousting President Donald Trump. Milwaukee defeated Miami Beach and Houston as potential sites. The Democratic National Convention is slated to take place from July 13th through the 16th in 2020. Straight ahead on First at 4, while R. Kelly may be out of jail, more legal problems could be ahead for him. We'll have the latest developments.
And increasing temperatures continue as we head into the middle of the week. Those details are coming down.
I really like where this relationship is going.
Definitely.
I mean, we like the same movies. We finish each other's sentences. I think it's time we pop the question. Tell me the truth. Cards or cats?
Well, both.
The Perry County Public Library's Children's Section is a place for children and preteens to have fun, relax, and develop early literacy skills through programs like story time and literacy, learning, and laughter. The Children's Section also offers multiple computers and a private study room to help with homework. We also offer after-school crafts every Friday for school-aged children, monthly book clubs, cooking and crafting programs for preteens and up. For program times and dates, call or visit the Perry County Public Library or visit their website.
Enjoy the all-new RAV4.
What if we take it to the mountains? Ooh, what if we check out that cave?
What if somebody else made a suggestion?
Yep.
Now get $1,000 on the all-new RAV4 when you finance through TFS. Or get a low-mileage lease on a RAV4 LE for just $209 a month.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
What happens when you combine the region's best network with a plan that requires no money down on the phone?